So you obviously saw the confrontation.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
I want to ask you about that as well.
So we had the confrontation.
Why did you push him?
There was a lot being said outside of, well, through social media. There was a hell of a lot said. I don't know how in detail you want to go into it.
In detail, please.
Okay. So there was messages from people, I'll rape your daughter, I'll kill your children, I'm going to send you home dead. And bear in mind, my daughter's 4, 9. Yeah.
Wow.
So this has come from within a circle of him himself, for me, was probably used as, after I met him, right, after the push, then to me it sort of came very clear that he hasn't got a clue what's going on. His management and the people looking after him before, he had new management now, but before, definitely hung him out to dry. And they were stitching him left, right and centre. Now, when we had this face-off and the whole push happened, that was a build-up of 6 months of, well, probably 4 months of people sending me messages on that level, which I've still got all the screenshots of. Never did anything with it, it was just, it's still there. A lot of anger to that. You've got kids, you know exactly how you'd feel if someone said that. And then there was a lot of stuff going on about just childish crap. And for me, it was a build-up of it all. And I says to the promoters, don't put me face to face with him until we fight, because I'm going to fight, and I don't want to fight in a gym or I don't want to. I want, you know. So they put us face to face. It was a cock up on the promotion side, if I'm honest, with the face off. It should never have happened. When it happened, how it happened, it was the wrong place, the wrong time, the wrong environment. There's no security. It was just stupid. And then the second face off happened where he tries to take me down, and that was the one
almost like rugby tackle by a piece of
blue
tack.
No idea what.
I don't know what it was.
And that for me was the time where I was more concerned about the damage that was going to be done to him, because it was very obvious and very clear that there was never going to be a fair fight. And he, after that, we were supposed to do a press conference, and I saw him after that at that press conference, and he was crying, like he was broke. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to go out. He didn't want to wake. He didn't want to do anything. He was bad. He then put a post out on social media, which you may or may have not seen, because he took down about 12 hours later saying he wants to kill himself, right? On his stories.
Wow. Then
there was issues with payment through the organisation, which was one thing, or it wasn't rather here or there. So we've got a combination of 4 or 5 things that have happened. Now, after all of this that's happened, he still wants to fight, right? But he seems to think we can arrange a fight that wouldn't necessarily be as real as a real fight. Then he sort of comes to terms that that's not going to happen. Then his management, I don't know what his management were trying to do at this point. They were being very fishy, to say the least. And then we got back to the UK. I watched all the videos. He went and had the interview on TV, he cried. He got absolutely hammered on social media. He then, his parents came on, disowned him. And for me, I phoned up the organiser. I can't fight this guy. I do not want to be responsible for this kid, 1, being bullied, and 2, taking his own life, because that is the only way it would have ended. And that was pretty much it. There was about 8 clauses in the contract already being broke, through money not being paid, things not being done. A lot of stuff was not happening that was promised me for the actual fight itself. The fact that I was promised by the people that this guy was 400 pounds and 6'4" and a pro MMA fighter, had eyes on him, apparently. American guys had gone over and seen him around and swore blind he was huge, he was this, he was that. It's the only reason we flew to Dubai. The reality was he was 270, 280 pound kid in a man, you know, it wasn't small, but it wasn't big. And honestly, I think he had mental issues. He definitely had something that wasn't normal. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all, whether that was just the lack of education or the lack of opportunity or whatnot. He was actually quite a nice kid, which made it even worse. In my opinion, he'd been absolutely strung out and stuck to the, he'd been put out there to make money off. The thing that really ended it for me was the crying on TV and his parents, and then him saying he wants to kill himself. I can't be responsible for that just for a fight. It's not something that I'd feel proud of if there's no win. There's no way in a million years he would have done anything to make the fight worthwhile. The fight would have been a very easy victory. He would have then ended up potentially killing himself, which sounds stupidly drastic, but from what he's already put out on social media and the way that the people were mocking him, I think was a very potential outcome. And that was that. It was just something that, I mean, don't get me wrong, I lost a fortune from that fight, from making that decision, but...
So you're okay to say how much?
A lot. Hell of a lot. A lot of money.
7 figures?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
But for me, it wasn't worth the gamble if he had took his life, because that would have all been down on me. 100% would have been down to me. I don't think people would have blamed me but for me personally, knowing I had the opportunity not to make that happen, I hope to God he doesn't fight anyone, because it wouldn't end well for him if it was anyone that could actually fight. And I'm sure he's very depressed at the moment, and from someone who's been through depression, it's not a nice place to be, and I wouldn't want to be someone that adds to it.
Yeah.
So it was money that I was promised but never had, so I don't miss it. Once that face-off happened, to me, it was like, oh, this is embarrassing now.
Yeah. He couldn't even look at you the second time he walked back
shitting himself.
up. Yeah, he was. He looked
Absolutely
like a little boy.
shitting himself. He was shaking.
Yeah.
Shaking.
That's really good what you did. Because some other people wouldn't have done that. That's really good.
They would have, 100%, they would have fought him.
Yeah.
100%. There's a lot of people, oh, just fight. I can't, though. I don't want to fight someone that can't fight. But like me and you fighting. You probably fight better than, but yeah, that's not going to be a fair fight. You're probably a fucking black belt now. Yeah. I'll fuck you up. But there's got to be an element of fairness.
Yeah.
And that to me is what it didn't. There just wasn't an element of.
Yeah, because I saw when you did the video talking about it, and you were very respectful, and you didn't give the reason why, which I didn't think was fair on you.
For me, there was no win.
No.
There was no win at all, because if I'd have beat him up and it would have come out, oh yeah, he's got mental issues and now he's killed himself.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That? Yeah.
There's my brand gone.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, well, Martyn's pulled out. I'm like, oh yeah, so I look like the pussy.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't mind. I'd rather take that.
Yeah.
Because anyone with half a brain will listen to what I'm saying and go, yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of risk that I took by calling the fight off.
Yeah.
Because people can also turn around and say, oh, you've just bottled it, you're a pussy. So, well, all right, if that's what you think. Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I can live with that.
Yeah.
I couldn't live with him killing himself.
No.
And I genuinely, hand on heart, to this day, still think he would have done something. He wanted to kill himself on my life, right? He was on social media on the top of a bridge in Dubai, and you can find it still, the video, saying goodbye to everyone, basically. And that he's got no money, he's done this, he's done that, and that everyone hates him, and his parents have disowned him, and I can't go on. He's crying on social media live.
Wow.
It's mad.
Yeah.
I've also got pictures of him in a strip club, pissed, during fucking Ramadan in Dubai, at the same time while you're saying, Martyn's a pussy. I don't know if it's like just where he's been brought up in Iraq. It's a village.
Yeah.
Like these people, it's not like we go to school, it's a fucking village. He's outside the hotel, right, with 7 guys. Yeah. I've gone there, it was my anniversary, me and the wife flew out for our anniversary, 2 nights in Dubai. First night, she's landed, he's outside. I come to see you, you pussy boy, come on pretty boy, we fight now. What fucking motherfucker's outside my fucking hotel? And he knows where I stay, because Paramount sponsors me, so he knows I'm in that fucking hotel. And he's sat out there with 7 guys. Bear in mind, these are Iranians who can just fucking walk into Dubai without any real checks. I'm like, I don't really want to walk outside with 7 Iranians that I don't know. No. There's no win here. No. Me and him fight, I'm getting arrested if I batter him. They all batter me, I'm going to end up dead. No. And I'm on my fucking wedding anniversary. Flew the wife out. That's the level he was at. But he's just, I don't know. I feel sorry for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I do genuinely feel sorry for him, but at the same time, there's a point where you've got to take a little bit of responsibility.
Yeah.
In Muslim countries that follow the religion, you don't speak about people's fucking moms, daughters. It's frowned upon. So, like, he was actually so fucking polite when I spoke to him properly. Like, I mean, he got humbled like fuck within half a second. And then because we had to meet after, because we were supposed to do a press conference, he was sobbing. It was like, I don't want to do it, I can't. And I'm like, you need to. He's like, no, I don't want to be in the set. I don't want to see Mr. Ford again. No. And you know what's really sad? I actually think he was a massive fan.
Right.
And all these, because he didn't speak English very well either at all. He had a translator.
Yeah.
I don't believe a word that his management told him, and vice versa. And we brought our own. So we had 2 Iranians from London come over, and they were lovely kids, very, very professional business people from London, and they were speaking to him, and they were just like, "Bro, he's fucked. Like, he doesn't know what doesn't know." He was told by his management it was a fixed fight. It was like WWE.
You were going to jump off the ropes onto him.
Which explains his training.
Yeah.
His fucking, the way he was, and why he was so shocked when I pushed the fucker.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, this wasn't in the fucking agreement.
This shit got real quick.
This shit got real. Another reason was, I'm not fighting him.
No.
Like, you told me he was ready to fight, he was 400 pounds, he was a professional MMA fighter, then that turns up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He had massive hoodies on, big boots.
Yeah.
Big. I was like, fucking hell, he's sweating his ass off. And then he was like, the only reason he pushed me over was because I hadn't trained properly and I wasn't wearing my trainers. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I only had an egg that day to eat. It was something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like, yeah.
It was, you know, when you just like, this is like...
This sounds like a circus. God, you sound like you did well
I tell
to
you
get
what,
out
man,
of it.
make a fucking fortune on Netflix, a documentary.
Oh, yeah?
A brilliant documentary.
Yeah. And they paid you well for that?
Who?
Did you say you made a fortune on the Netflix?
No, I said there would be a documentary on Netflix to be made.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is as well, like, you know, if you're going to step into a cage and fight someone, you've got to have some fucking balls.
Oh, that's, yeah. Yeah, you can die. That's like,
Boxer died last week, didn't they?
Yeah.
See that young kid that died last week?
The one that was
hitting the
boxing in the
yeah,
air.
boxing in the air. Everyone was taking the piss. God,
No,
look at this
don't
fucking
take the
idiot
piss.
boxing. Next day he died.
Yeah.
He was only 24, 25.
It's not that uncommon. It's not
No,
that.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's a tough... You're in there to kill someone.
Yeah.
You're not going into an MMA fight to have a fucking game of cards.
No.
Ultimately, you're there until he either knock him out or he taps.
Yeah.
And there's no being friend. There's sportsmanship. There's no friendship.
No.
It's a different thing. It's like me fighting Eddie. It would never be a fight because
No.
I couldn't. It would never be a fight worth watching. Put it that way.
Because you just wouldn't be able to.
We're pals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would like to smoke something. I spy with Adam. I spied my mate. It was a naughty street kid, and I eat him proper one. I was like, "You're right."
Yeah.
No, because I'm horrible. Like I enjoy fighting, but I wouldn't enjoy hurting my friends.
No.
If I don't know you, wicked, because you know what you're signed up for.
Yeah.
So I was saying, it takes a lot of balls to get into that cage.